Hello everyone, this is Rebecca from Papeterie de Choix, and welcome to Tickety Tag Tuesday. I changed the name slightly so that I could add tickets to the Tag Along Tuesday. So what I've made here is just 3 little prototypes, very plain. I didn't decorate these, but we'll be decorating the ones that we do. There's 5 tickets in each little stack. I'm thinking of a ticket book. These are all tickets that I designed in my Google Drive and just printed them out on 110-pound cardstock, and then put them, run them through the coffee and tea alcohol ink stain. So these are just little folded up ones. I have these just tied. These are tied with a piece of raffia. These have just a piece of scrapbook paper that has the markings of a ruler on it, or yardstick, just stapled down, and these are perforated. And what I use to perforate on my the We Are Memory Keepers dial trimmer, it works very well, and so they are so perforated that they're already a little bit loose here. So to make these, I brought out another tool that I'll show you here in a second. So we're going to be making this and then another style that's not here, but I'm going to be decorating them a little bit. So I'll get my materials together and I will be right back. I decided to go ahead and put in another section of these. So let me just go through and trim them up real quick. Yeah, I designed these. I've got several different ticket designs on my Google Drive. And if you have a Google account that is like a Gmail, then you've got Google Drive. And what I use is what's called the drawings, and I changed the size of it in the page settings to an 11.5 by, or sorry, 8.5 by 11, and then I use the shapes of rectangles and other things like that, and draw, and then just repeat them all and make a page full and print them out. The one thing that I will do when I go print some more is I realized that I made these lines around the edges too thick and too dark. So I will be making them a lighter gray so they don't show up so much. And also I will make them thinner. But you can make all kinds of just simple little things like this in Google Drive without having to use a big cumbersome platform to you know, create just some simple things like tag shapes and stuff. And you can do other stuff, but not tag shapes, sorry, ticket shapes. See where my mind is, I guess. Tickets, tags. And I'm filming this New Year's evening, and obviously some of our neighbors, a few houses down, didn't use up all of their fireworks last night, so you might hear a few boom boom booms, because here in South Carolina there are fireworks that are legal to have here that are illegal in other states. And so there are some, I think they're called mortars, and when you hear one of those go off, they sound like a bomb dropping. So if you were to hear that, just run and hide under the table or something. That's all I know to tell you. Okay, I don't know if I really want to do this one or not, but I'll go ahead and punch it. Now I have this little, I found this at a thrift store. It's kind of dinky a little bit, but it's the only 1/2 inch punch that I have, so I use it, and but one of these days I will replace it if I could run across one that suits my fancy better than this one. Alright. The circles that I made when I made the tickets are just a little bit off from the 1/2 inch, but when you ink it up you can't tell, so I'm not gonna worry about it too much. And then this one I'm going to use it. It'll cut these just a little bit, probably a little bit too big, but that's okay too. It all works out. So yeah. Now you can also, you don't have to make what I'll call raw tickets or naked tickets, so to speak, in like a Google Drive or any other platform like that. You can just cut down scrapbook paper in strips and use a punch similar to this, or even a hole punch like this will make the little corner parts like that. And you can make your own tickets. You know, in scrapbook paper they're already designed, so to speak, with whatever the theme of the scrapbook paper is. But I wanted to do some from scratch, so to speak. And so this is about the 4th or 5th one that I've clipped it, and it's popped down my shirt. Okay, so now the next step is for me to put this in the tea and alcohol and give it a little bit of a vintage look. So I'm going to put you on pause while I do that, and when I come back they'll look like they've been around a while. So I will be right back. Okay, I got all the edges inked, and well, first of all I stained them a little bit and then inked the edges. So let me show you my little tool. This one and these two are actually I'm not sure, but anyway, this one's vintage. It's these are Quilter's tracing wheels, and the one that I used earlier I think was this one. I was checking to see how sharp or dull that they were. It's just made for tracing the pattern paper onto your fabric so that you get a line so you can cut it out. So the way I'm going to do these is, these lines are already printed obviously, so I'm just going to take this and run it very, I don't know if you can see that little dotted line on that side, you can barely see it, but what that does is when you bend it, it does give it a perforation so that if you actually wanted to tear that off you could, but it's mainly there for looks obviously. Whereas on the We Are Memory Keepers, it's the real thing, and if you don't want it to tear off, then yeah, that's a problem. So I'm going to do these. I'm going to switch around and see which ones are the best, because I think I just used that one earlier. Ooh, I like that one. I like this one the best so far. So I just follow the line, pressing down hard enough so that it kind of goes through. And just gives you that perforation. So like this is your ticket stub, and this is what they take. My idea, especially with this one, when I first came up with this, was, you know, if you go to the fair or go to the circus or whatever, and you want to ride different rides, then you get a whole bunch of tickets to make sure you can do as much as possible without having to go back and purchase more. And I know it's not like that with, you know, every single fair or whatever, but sometimes you buy a book of tickets so that you make sure you've got enough. I like that one too, pretty good. So far my two favorites are these, but I actually like this one the best. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to bend them into a little booklet like that. And so there's, oh, that was my husband coughing. It's like, what in the world? What noise is that? Yeah, he's not feeling well. So anyway, so there's that little one. And then this one, I'm going to put the same little thing as I did the other one, except I am going to decorate it a little bit. So I'm just going to go right there, and I'm not going to get my trimmer out just for that, so I'm going to try my best to cut a straight line. We'll see how straight that was. And the way I did the other one, I actually scored the other one, which I probably ought to do this one. Because that was not anywhere near even. So let's go to this one. Let's see what we've got here. I can't even see it. Let's put it right there. I think that'll work. Now let's see what we've got. Well, I didn't cut it straight, did I? Okay, well that's gonna have to work. Now the other thing that I'm doing different with this one is I'm gonna ink it for one. I did ink the other one, but instead of using staples, I'm going to put a couple little brads through this, and I'm not sure what else, or if I will do anything else. That's still not exactly even. Either that or my eyeballs are out of whack. Wouldn't surprise me there. Okay, that's just going to have to do. I'm not going to play with it anymore. Okay, now let's put that just like that. Well, the back of this is crooked as a dog's hind leg, or it sure seems that way, but No, it's not. It's that this is crooked. It makes it look crooked. It's not crooked. Whew. It's like, am I going crazy? Okay. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to eyeball it and hope to goodness that this will punch through all of these. This is 7 layers. Ah, yes. And right. Okay, let go. Close enough. Alright. So, let's find, I think I want, I guess I'll do those. Are those the same? I think they're different colors. No. Can't even tell. Yeah, I think they're the same. I thought I had 3 different colors in here, but evidently I don't. Okay. I know for sure them are, so we'll go with that. Okay. Now, let's get all this lined back up. And I've been waiting for a use for that little thing, and now I think I found it. Okay. So we're going to put that through there. I guess I probably ought to get under the camera, and I got coffee all over my fingers. Turn that way. I'll get my little, I probably could use these, maybe. You can tell I use these little tweezery things with almost anything and everything. Okay. I might not have, should have, if I can get my mouth to work, tighten that down yet. But anyway, let's do the other one. Okay, because my idea was for it to hang up this way, but I've done that one too tight, so let me pull it around. Try to paper with glue on it. Let me see if I can twist this. There we go. A little bit more. Like that. And lose what I got. Alright. This reminds me back in the day, I used to wear bracelets all the time, and do you know how hard it is? I'm sure you do if you wore a bracelet. To fasten a bracelet with one hand. Oh my goodness. That's what that just reminded me of. Okay. Let's turn that just enough. Just a little bit more. Okay. Let me just press that slightly. Okay, simple but effective. I like that. That's cute. And these tickets will tear off. One thing I am going to do is I'm going to go in and make me a copy of this particular ticket so that I can leave this the way that it is, and then I'm going to turn the whole thing upside down. This can stay like it is, but I'm going to turn these upside down, or yeah, upside down, so that I can have this is I'll call this a right-facing ticket, so that I can also have a left-facing ticket, because my instinct is to hold it this way, not this way. So that's something that I'm going to do when I get a few minutes doing something at the computer. So that's the first one. Now, I got out this number that I thought I might use as a little decoration of sorts, and I'll need some glue, slam the door, and then I've got these little yellow roses. I thought I might use one of those. That. And I guess that will work, maybe. Alright, now, what am I going to do? Well, the first thing I'm going to do is ink these edges, and I'll need to, well, no, those are not inked. Okay, so I want to join these, and I did, here we go. I knew I had a string here somewhere. Alright, so I'm going to put that, I think, like that. There's not too many places it can go, but I'm gonna, these are very simple decorations, obviously, but I wanted to do a little bit of something, just not the plain ones, but the plain ones were just sort of getting the feel of what it was I was actually doing. Okay, I'm gonna put that like that, and try to smooth away all of the glue that I smeared all over the place. And I know I've said this before, I don't know why, but I just don't like these little green things under the roses. I know they have them in real life, but I don't know, I think they're the wrong color green or something, not sure, but I'm taking them off. Okay. Yeah, this might take a minute to get dry. Now, which one's open one? That one. So I'm going to put that right there. I'm going to take this and put it there. And then I'm just going to fish that through. Hopefully I can do this without knocking off the little rose. I've got a picture that I will insert. I guess since I'm speaking about it, I'll do it in sort of this section of the video. I've got a couple of pictures of a swap project that I did 3 to 4 years ago when I was still on Facebook, and I was in a junk journaling craft group there called Junk Journal with Penny, and I loved it, but I decided to leave Facebook 2 years ago, and that was a hard decision. But anyway, we did swaps every month in that group, and I had one of the particular swaps was to make decorated ticket strips. And you might have heard me mention that I have lots of dried flower petals, so I used some dried flower petals and some buttons and made in fact it was this, I have another one exactly like this, but it don't have anything on it, and that's exactly what I used, was this size ticket strip, and I decorated each section and then a little something between each section for the lady that I was swapping with. So I will insert that picture in this video so that you can see what I did with that one. I'd like to do it again. I've not done anything like that since, but I'd like to do another one. I think it will be pretty using the flower petals and stuff. Okay, so how are we going to do this one? I got some little something or others. I don't even know what they are. And I don't know if I can get into them. This is shiny, so it might reflect. Yeah, I like that. And I don't know, I know what I want to do. I've been wanting to use this chocolate raffia ever since I bought it the other day, and I think that would look good. Let me ink these little parts before I go any further. Okay, so what I'm going to do though is cut off just a little piece. Now this is not true raffia, this is plasticky stuff to make it look like it. Alright, so let's, no, I don't want that one, I want this one, but I don't know if it's going to be big enough. Okay, I don't know how this is going to work, about my idea. Some things I don't know if it's going to work until I try it, so, but what I have in mind, I guess, is something like this, but I want that under it. I could put it like that and put that like that, and then sort of trim those up a little bit. I know what I'm going to do. But I need a hole punch between, and this probably, I'm probably going to have to do just a couple at a time. Or not. Let's see. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this or not. But I really, really want to. Sound like my whiny grandkids. Oh, that was so bad. Okay. Well, it's not going to be that. Alright, I'm going to put you on pause. I'm going to find a tool to do this with, and I will be right back. Okay, I got my silent setter, and I know that I can do it with it when I can't do it with anything else. Okay. Alright, probably need to tie in one more knot just to make that a little bit bigger. If I can get a hold of it. Okay. Alright, let's try this again. Oh, come on now. I probably should have cut one a little bit longer, but then I didn't know what I was going to do, did I? Okay. I really need that turned around, but I'm not going to do it right now. You know what, I am going to do it right now, because otherwise what's the point? Okay, well, I'm going to trim that off even. I'm going to put this in from the back. And try to get all 4 of those strands through that hole without losing any. That might be a miracle. Or it might just be use your head for something besides a hat rack, as my mama used to say, and still would if the situation called for it. Okay, there we go. Now, there we go. That's what I wanted. Now, I'm going to glue this little doohickey, whatever that it is. I just like the look of it. And this is just regular PVA glue. I probably should be using something a little bit more substantial, but it'll do in a hurry. Okay, now I've got glue all over the place. Will you stop sliding? Well, obviously I didn't wash that paintbrush out. Or that one. Alrighty. That kind of takes care of the what's squishing out. I'll put that with the unwashed. Alright. Well, I know they're not exceptionally decorated, but they are decorated. So, let me clean up my area and we'll look at what we've got. Alright, we've got a few little cute tickets to put in journals or bigger ephemera or standalone little projects. I have to say, I think this is actually my favorite. I just love that dark raffia. And I like that little closure that I did, so that's something I'll be repeating. Now, this project begins the first projects of January, and so at the end of the month I'll be having a one-person winner, and some of this stuff will go in that drawing, so just remember that, and I'll be posting a community page link for that drawing later in the month. So thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you in another video very soon.